Alright guys, I'm back with my short-term review after using the Yunmai Massage Gun Pro Basic. If you haven't seen my other video, check it out. I did an unboxing of it. I picked this up off of AliExpress and it's a great massager. It's definitely more premium than the other generic ones you find on Amazon or eBay from those no-name companies. If you haven't heard of Xiaomi, they make a lot of great products. This is their new Yunmai line for their body massagers. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I'll leave you a link in the description. Definitely check them out. So after using this for a little bit, I was able to, put my thoughts together and kind of think about why it's such a great massager. If you've never used one of these massage guns, they're really great because if you have knots in your back, or if you have tendinitis, or you have just tightness in your forearms from typing on a keyboard, they do a really great job of loosening up the muscle and just getting the blood flow in there and just really loosening up any tightness that you have. So I made a couple of notes here. Let's just go down the list and discuss why I think this is both a great massager and any pros and cons that I thought of. So first off, right off the bat, price. If you heard of Theragun, they're the originator of the massage gun. A Theragun goes for about $400 to $600 for their massagers. And while they do make a great product, I think that's a little absurd because considering what's actually in these massage guns, it's not that expensive to produce. So people who are getting them, they're spending a lot of money when they don't have to. Granted, you can also get a generic one off eBay or Amazon for, what, $50? I wouldn't really trust the quality of those products. Now, I have a lot of Xiaomi products and they make a really, really good product. They have pretty decent quality control. They use high quality materials and they just design things with a really nice aesthetic. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the main reason why I chose the Xiaomi was because it just looks really good. It doesn't look cheap or flimsy or poorly designed. It just has a really nice aesthetic to it. If you check AliExpress, these are currently going for about $115 shipped from China. That's a really good price considering the Theragun, $600. It's a fraction of the cost. So why wouldn't you even consider getting one of these? Another pro that I like about this gun is it comes with 4 attachments. This first one, it's a ball head. It's a rubber one, and this is the one I use majority of the time. It's a good all-around type of gun. It really hits the right spots and it just feels really good. So let's put it on. So all you have to do to take attachments off or put them on is simply push and press. There's little rubber rings around the tips, you can see here. Included in the packaging are additional rubber gaskets in case yours go bad. You can just swap them on. So on the back here, there's a power button. All you have to do is hold it for about 3 seconds to turn it on. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now it's on low. Now even on low, it's a pretty good massage. Like, as you can see, my arm is jiggling pretty hard. But it's really getting inside there and just really loosening up the muscle. When using the gun, you don't want to really press into it. You'll see the gun starts bouncing around. You want to just gently press it against your body and just let the weight of the machine do the work. There's also 3 speeds. If you press the second time, it'll go to medium. Press it the third time, it goes to high. And when you want to turn it off, just long press it and it'll turn off. And the light in the back will turn off. So the second attachment is this Y-shaped one. It's got a really hard prong to it, but rubber tips so you don't hurt yourself. I find this works really well on my forearm, where you have some weird uneven heights to your arm, I guess you could say. It really gets into the hard to reach areas and just really gets out the knots. It feels really good. This flat one is probably my the least used attachment. It's a nice flat surface, and I guess it's good for like, you know, maybe your glutes, your hamstrings, but besides that, I don't really use this one. And this one, it's a hard plastic piece. You know, I thought this would not be very comfortable, but actually, this is growing to be my most favorite attachment. This works really well when you have knots in like your shoulder blade, or you know, you have a point in your forearm, you just can't, you know, can't really get to it. It just really isolates the massager and gets into those hard to reach areas. Now what's convenient about this massager is it also comes with a US plug. When you purchase from a listing, some listings offer a US plug, some do not, and they all go for about the same, so just make sure you find a listing that has a US plug. Now, you do not need a power converter to use this. You simply just attach this to the plug it into the wall, and you're good to go. Another pro about this gun is that the intensity on this thing is really great. As you saw a minute ago, even at low, you know, it really loosens up your muscles. On medium, it's really aggressive, and at high, I rarely use it because it's just that powerful. The gun can really do a lot of work. Considering how small like this thing is, it's a really good machine. If you can see the outside of this massager, it's actually a textured plastic. It's not rubbery, and it doesn't really have like a bad smell to it. It's just like a textured plastic, but it's really soft to hold. It's got a good feeling to it. So when you're holding it, you know, obviously the whole gun is like vibrating very aggressively. So this texture feeling actually, I feel like it absorbs a little bit of the impact, and it makes it easier to hold. This little beveled area here, it's really comfortable to just put in your hand. It just falls. The battery in this massager is really good. If you check the manual, it says you can use it about 15 minutes a day and it should last you about 60 to 80 days. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not because I've actually never been able to drain it down to zero. I would say I use it more about 30 to 45 minutes a day between my wife and I. And you know, we've used it for about 2 weeks straight before I thought, you know, maybe I should just plug it in and charge it. Unfortunately, there's no battery indicator on this thing, so I can't really tell you how long the battery lasts if you're draining to dead. And it doesn't, you know, have an indicator, so I can't tell you how long it takes to charge either. But I usually just plug it in overnight, or just plug it in for a couple hours and it's good to go. You know, I've never had it die on me, and the whole time I've used it, I've never really felt it getting weaker because of a low battery, so that's good as well. So I've actually let a bunch of people use this gun as well, and pretty much every single person who's used this loved this thing. You know, they've actually never used one before, so they were kind of surprised, you know, how effective this gun really is. Pretty much once, like, you know, I took it out, everyone just took turns just passing it around, using it on each other, and they really loved, you know, how great this thing really works. You know, I was only able to think of 2 negatives. I wouldn't really call them negatives, but the first one is, considering it's coming from China, as most things from AliExpress, it'll take about 4 to 6 weeks to get here from China. You know, some people are really, you know, spoiled by Amazon Prime. You know, you buy something and bam, it's there in 1 to 2 days. So, you know, for me, honestly, I'm so used to using Amazon Prime, I was a little, like, you know, frustrated having to wait 4 to 6 weeks for this thing, but it's definitely worth it. And the other thing that I didn't like was Yunmai has kind of confusing marketing. So this one is called the Pro Basic, and they have another gun called the Deep Fascia Massager. So, you know, at first I thought, okay, the Deep Fascia Massager, it costs twice the amount. It goes for about $220. Since it's more expensive, it must be better. But then when I was looking through photos and, like, you know, trying to find videos, I couldn't really find anything except for this one post. And it turns out, you know, Deep Fascia Massager means it's actually a facial massager. And that gun is actually tiny. It's like probably half of the size. And like, it's designed to use for your face. So it's not really good for using for your body or muscles or anything. So if you want a body massager, make sure you get this Pro Basic. If you want a fascia massage, if you have any other questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks. Bye.